Hello and welcome to the Islamic Finance Weekly, where we discuss and capture the activities in the non-interest finance market. Islamic finance, also known as non-interest finance in Nigeria, is based on ethics, values, economic empowerment, financial inclusion, sustainable development, infrastructure development, asset management, deepening insurance and risk management, amongst other involving financial concepts that are governed by Sharia principles. With all these interesting features, how can Islamic finance support women entrepreneurs and their quest to achieve scale in their business? Today, the focus of our conversation is on Islamic finance as a tool for women empowerment. Joining me virtually this morning to shed more light on this topic is Mrs Momoh Adogie Amametu, lead stakeholder engagement at the Institute of Islamic Finance Professionals, Nigeria. Good morning, Mrs. Amametu. Thank you for coming on the program.
Good morning, Paula. It's a pleasure being here.
Welcome. Finance remains a major impediment to women entrepreneurs' business performance. When we talk about finance, it is an important means by which to pursue growth opportunities. So the question is, how critical is Islamic finance to improving access to finance for women entrepreneurs globally?
Islamic finance is very critical in improving women finance because it serves as an alternative means of finance for women. Like the conventional way of finance is not Sharia inclined, and which makes it not compliant to the Islamic way and principles. So with the introduction of Islamic finance, which works with the principles and tenets of Islam, it makes it possible for women, Muslims, and the general public who are also inclined to Islamic finance to do business stuff. Using the Islamic finance, we have tools like Mudaraba, Musharakah, and we have practitioners in the industry that are helpful to capital markets and banking and microfinance to assist Islamic finance.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's look at Islamic microfinance, which has been described as one of the alternative ways of financing women businesses. How will you describe the impact of their interventions for women entrepreneurs?
Yes, like you mentioned earlier, Islamic finance is an alternative way of financing women business. And if you look at it, is the main goal of the Islamic finance is to break the vicious cycle of poverty and get the poor out of poverty. For a nation which is usually populous of women like Nigeria, when you use Islamic finance to enhance the ability of women, it leads to development and growth of the nation. But so far, so good. SMEs, which are the pioneers and MSMEs of Islamic Microfinance, their growth has been not as much as the growth of women and doesn't cover the number of women in the population. If you look at the study from various sectors, like the Islamic financial sector in Malaysia, it shows that 45 to 55% of the former SMEs in emerging markets do not have access to the formal institutional funds, despite the need for REIT. This is a need for more of these Islamic finance institutions, which are micro, to assist the Islamic finance system.
Microfinance.
Yes, the Islamic microfinance. And the finance gap is bigger than what is contribuable usually.
Okay.
The micro and the formal enterprise, like 65 to 75% of all MSMEs in emerging markets lack access to credit. In addition, about 55 to 68% of MSMEs in development countries are either financially underserved and not served at all, resulting in loss of opportunity to realize their full potential. So we need more of this to feel their impact in Islamic microfinance.
Well, what are the challenges facing financing women entrepreneurs in Nigeria?
The challenges facing women entrepreneurship finance in Nigeria is developed. It's also like what faces the global sector.
Okay.
Lack of funds, limited access to training and equipment, social norms and tradition, doubts about the competency of women folk in doing business also serves as a challenge to women. Lack of role models in the financial industry also serves as a challenge to the women folk. Limited access to training and equipment to aid business growth serves as a challenge. In IIFP, which is the Islamic Finance Professionals, they come in to aid practitioners to understand what Islamic finance and also provide role models for businesses that are coming up so that at the end of the day, they can do better. As we continue to call for society to do more, to create more opportunities, the women should also try to overcome these challenges so that they can do better.
Right, one of the major challenges facing female entrepreneurs is lack of funds, and we need government to tackle this and in order for more women to embrace entrepreneurship. Thank you very much for those insights. Now, Islamic finance has a role to play in financing women entrepreneurs through its microfinance products, as you've explained, such as Mudaraba, Musharakah, Murabaha, Ijara and Wakala. So what ways can this be done to encourage young ladies and women who want to venture into business?
Operation is Islamic finance, microfinance operators. We have banks, we have the capital markets. They deal on all these financial instruments to assist women to do business. In the Mudaraba, this is an instrument, a model which uses partnership between the business women, as we are considering women, and the organizations. This contract is based on lender who provides the capital and the borrower who provides the efforts, and its profits are shared between both parties. But when there's a loss, the lender bears the loss, the loan. When you come to Musharakah, the profit and loss are shared between both parties. That is the lender and the borrower, because they both have made capital contributions. They come together to bring their money together in form of partnership. They share in the loss. Should any loss occur, but should there be profit, they share the profit based on how their ratio of income was contributed or capital was contributed. While in Murabaha, it is a markup sales based on the fact that the lender buys the good and sells it to the customer in exchange for a price. This is usually used by Islamic financial banks and Islamic finance, microfinance institutions, where because like I mentioned earlier, Islamic finance deals with trade. It does not believe in interest, which is the major difference between the Islamic finance and the conventional mode of finance. So when a woman in Islamic finance or a professional in the business wants a loan or this finance to be funded, she approaches either of these banks, the capital market, the Islamic Microfinance, to assist her with funds. But what they do, they don't give her the fund directly. What they do, they buy the product and mark up sales. And in that way, they share in the profit because they don't add interest to the product. While in Ijara, it mirrors the conventional leasing contract in Islamic finance, which means the lender buys the goods and leases it to the customer for a given period and a given rent. Therefore, the bank does not make money from money in compliance with Islamic law as it converts money into tangible assets to make transactions. In Wakala, this directs to a contract where a party as a principal is an agent for an organization. In Wakala, let's assume I have money and I want somebody to help me want to manage the business. I can take the person as an agent for me in that business. And I pay him agency fee, which is the Wakala in it. They don't share the profit except so desire in partnership.
Highlighting the importance of this non-interest product for Musharakah, Wakala, I believe Islamic banks should take advantage of the area of women entrepreneurs and explore more opportunities on tap. So, as we wrap up the conversation, in 2022, what are the key developments that will shape women-led businesses, and how can Islamic finance institutions deepen their financing and support?
In 2022, which is a critical year with the advent of COVID and other developments, finance industry and society in general, the women should try to create what the society should do should create an enabling environment. One, developing the industry and market. Two, ensuring financial stability. Because if you look at it, when an environment is not enabled, in women Islamic post, women in Islamic microfinance or SMEs don't have enabling environment to do business, they only make profit, and at the end of the day, they may not do well. But if we come to developing an industry and market, the government has a role to play very well in this. When you have government bringing out structures that assist like the MILSA microfinance, non-interest microfinance bank, it will assist women in assisting funds. Creating awareness too is another avenue to assist women in accessing funds and ensure financial stability. Ensuring financial stability. How do we do this? We have the political year coming to an end now. In 2023, if all things put in place by the current government are changed over the year with the next government coming in, that will not be a good stable ground for Islamic business women to do, Islamic SMEs to operate, or women in Islamic SMEs. So going forward, all financial factors that can aid and promote stability in finance be identified.
All right, indeed, creating an enabling environment, and also the public and private sectors must work together in order to remove the barriers holding women back. Indeed, improving financial support for women entrepreneurs are key contributors to private enterprise development. It will also boost job creation and economic worldwide. Thank you, Mrs. Amametu, for sharing your perspective with us. We appreciate you for talking to us on the Islamic Finance Weekly.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice day. And that will be all for this edition. To read more on Islamic finance, visit www.forshareng.com. Watch the Islamic Finance Weekly video on Web TV banking channel. Many thanks for watching. See you again next week, Friday.